Okay, good morning, global politicians. I'm just going to explain what our task is for this week, week 4. Just a reminder that by our lesson on Monday, you should have already uploaded to manage back your visual notes, and you also should have finished your IO mind maps collaboratively on political factors that inhibit development. If you've been having trouble with Iowa, like I said, you can use another software, you can use another format, as long as you work on it collaboratively and you share it with me. So let's make sure that's done, because unfortunately we have a lot of stuff to cover and we are just going to have to keep going through this material. So if you guys miss work, we're not going to have much time to go back over it. So make sure that's done. So this week we're going to be looking at economic, social, and institutional factors that inhibit development. So last week you looked at political factors, such as political instability, corruption, poor management. This week we're going to be looking at economic, social, and institutional factors that inhibit development. The first thing you're going to do this week is I want you to read an article. The link is posted on Google Classroom, and it is talking about the WHO, the World Health Organization, and the coronavirus, and why it has struggled to get countries to work together to handle the pandemic. It's a long article, but it's very, very interesting. It looks at a lot of the issues we sort of looked at when we looked at power, sovereignty, international relations, to do with interdependence, to do with realism, to do with liberalism. So the first thing you need to do is you need to read it. And then on this document, the engagement document for week 4, you need to sort of post a response to this article, and you need to basically say, first of all, do you agree with this article? What did you think of the article? Did you think it was biased? Did you think it was credible? And if what the article is saying is true, what implications could what's happened with the coronavirus have for the future of the United Nations, the future of WHO, and how that affect global politics? How might the world order that we see after this pandemic is over, how might it be different? So that's the first thing. So as I said, read it, post something meaningful on our engagement doc. So secondly, what you're going to do is we're going to look at economic, social, and institutional factors that inhibit development. So on each of your slides, so I'll make a Google Slides for each of you. First of all, you need to watch, I'm going to post a load of links, a load of YouTube videos to do with these 3 factors. First of all, watch them. And then for each slide, you have certain questions to ask. So, for example, economic factors, we're largely looking at third world debt repayment. So specifically, you need to sort of find out what is the cause of the debt crisis, how big is the debt crisis, there will be statistics you need to add, what effects does this have on developing nations, what are some possible solutions, and what are some obstacles to the solutions in terms of overcoming these economic factors. For social factors, we're looking at 3 main categories: discrimination, population, and culture. We need examples of how it can inhibit development. We need some analysis. For the examples for culture, you need to look at Malala Yousafzai, quite famous case that I'm sure you've heard of. Again, possible solutions, obstacles to solutions. And lastly, institutional factors. You need to look at the 2 following institutions, the IMF and the World Trade Organization. So you need to give a bit of detail about what these institutions are, and how do the policies of these institutions inhibit development. Again, what are possible solutions and what are obstacles to the solutions? So what I actually want you to do is, obviously you need to fill in your slides. You can have multiple slides for each factor. You can have as many as you want. But when you've done that, I want you to record an audio file for each slide explaining your analysis or examples. So for this, you just need something that can record audio. Your phone is fine. Your laptop has a built-in microphone. It's very, very easy to do. You just go to the slides. Once you've uploaded the audio file to Google Drive, and you go to Insert Audio, and there has to be an MP4 format to be uploaded to Google Slides. That needs to be loaded as an MP4. You can find software to do this. It's not difficult. And basically that's it. And this needs to be done by the end of the week. I will be available on Google Hangouts, obviously, for questions that you have regarding this. So let's make sure this gets done. Let's make sure all our tasks from previous weeks are done. Because as I said, fortunately, we don't have time to take things slowly. We still have to push through material at the normal rate. EE students, don't forget to look at the website link I gave to you. It's quite important. And other than that, have a good week and make sure we have some enthusiasm.